Hi, I'm going to show you how to make the most perfect roast potatoes. I prefer to use the Maris Pipers because I think they come out more fluffy inside. Right then, now peel the potatoes and cut into desired pieces. What I tend to do is get a fork, a knife, stick in each potato and score it in the middle like so. It's a bit time consuming, but it does work. Right, next step, place the potatoes into a large saucepan, depending on how many potatoes you do. If you're not going to do a lot of potatoes, and put them in a smaller saucepan. Like so. Right, the next step is boil a kettle and tip the boiling water in the saucepan, like so. And put probably about a teaspoon of salt in the saucepan. Now what you should do now is give them a little bit of a stir, like so. Right, these need to be boiled for about 20 minutes, part boil them. And also make sure you put a lid on it as well, because it helps the potatoes to cook. Make sure the lid is not fully on, as it may overboil. Just keep your eye on it. So maybe about 20 minutes, and they should be half cooked. While the potatoes are boiling, preheat the oven to about 180 degrees, 200 degrees. Right, it's been about nearly 20 minutes now, so I'm going to check the potatoes. And they should be half cooked, still hard in the middle, and that's perfect. So what you need to do now is turn the heat off. Right, next stage, drain the water out. Make sure it's well drained. Like so. Just make sure all the water's out. Right, the secret is now, just put the lid back on once it's drained, like so. You just ruffle them up slightly like this, not too hard, just so they're slightly fluffy, like so. Right, they should be like this now, nice and fluffy. Now what I tend to do is just let them stand for a little while in the saucepan. Just let the water drain out so they sort of dry out a little bit. Like that, I just ruffle them around. We'll usually just get a spoon and just make sure they just dry out a little bit. Because that way, once they're dry, they won't stick to the pan in the oven. Right, while your potatoes are cooling down, get yourself a nice roasting pan. I'll use sunflower oil, just put a little, not too much, a little bit of sunflower oil in, like so. And get it all around the edges. Right up, just tip it up like that, try not to get it all on the floor or spill it, because this way the potatoes won't stick to the sides. You'll spend all night scraping it off. Stick like so. Right, now transfer the potatoes into the pan, like so. What I do, I just put them in, turn them over in the sunflower oil, just make sure they're nice and basted, like so. Once they're all in the pan, like that, get some pepper, just sprinkle it. It's optional, you don't have to put pepper on it, but it gives it a bit more flavour, gives it a bit more kick. Sprinkle over the potatoes, like so. You want some salt. Sprinkle, not too much, but it's up to you. I think salt crisps them up even more. There you go. So once that's done, then if you placed in a hot oven, which should be preheated, or if you put them in the centre of the oven, like so, leave them cooking for about, I'd say about an hour. Just check them, but you want them nice, dark and crispy. You can always, halfway through the cooking time, just turn them over. They cook evenly on all the sides and that. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope this has helped you a lot. Take care. Goodbye.